What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Y'all like the new draft hat? Anyway, I was gonna get it stitched with something, but it wasn't gonna look right. But I really like the new dope hat, the new draft hat. Anyway, hope everyone is having a legendary week. We're gonna go ahead and break down Niners tight ends and linebackers today. As you see, I'm rocking solo bolo. Jason will be joining us in time for camp, though, which we should find out pretty quickly here. When that will be, my guess is if it's the 15 days before the first preseason game, that would put us at July 29th, would be report day for Niners training camp. We're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we get started today, of course, got to remind you to help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in the description of the podcast or video. Go ahead and go to seatgiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media. Jason does a bang-up job on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. And stay tuned to the end of the show for your 10% off coupon code for the Faithful by the Faithful apparel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, faithful of all ages. Let's get the show cracking.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
I really hate that Facebook takes a second to show the show. So normally I share the show and everything a little behind the scenes for y'all, and Facebook was being retarded and wouldn't let me do it. Until now. So that whole intro, that's what I'm doing when the show is going through its intro. I'm sharing the show on Facebook, and Facebook was retarded and didn't let me do it right away. Anyway, appropriate as the Niners raved a linebacker. If y'all give me 2 seconds, I'll let y'all know who that should have worked. Oh wow, it's not even letting me pin it. That's good. Okay, another few seconds. My bad, y'all. Normally, I would love to do this before the show, but we can't share a video that's a live video that's not live yet. So, all right, cool. So we've got that all set up. Anyway, so why is it doing this? It's being so weird. Yeah, that's so weird. Anyway, Niners went ahead and raved back rookie Sereno Martin. Okay. I don't think that's earth-shattering news. I don't think that necessarily changes our plan at linebacker, which we'll go ahead and we'll start with the linebackers. You have Oren Burks, Demetrius Fowles, Jalen Graham, Dre Greenlaw, Marcelo McCrary, Ball, Curtis Robinson, Fred Warner, and D. Winters. I mean, kind of lightweight shock. The Niners gave out 53. I know they've given out 53 before, but like feels kind of weird, kind of a little dirty to give out 53. I understand you can't, semi-retire every player's jersey, but I don't know. I just feel a little way, some type of way about that, a little bit. I'm the weirdo that cares about stuff like that, though. I mean, I think if you're going to talk about Niners linebackers, you have to start off with best linebacking core in the NFL. Both best two linebackers as far as Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner. I mean, maybe you could argue a little bit about Dre Greenlaw, but 1-2 punch is Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, best in the NFL. I don't think there's any debate on that. Linebacking core, I think best in the NFL. I mean, please, I'm not going to pretend like I have some vast knowledge of other teams' rosters, but just off of what I know, I can't think of a better linebacking core from top to bottom and, 1-2 punch better than the Niners linebacking core. If you do or want to have a debate, please feel free to put that in the comments. I'm open to discuss it with anybody, but I don't see it. Now, I know there's a lot of claim of our Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner, Willis and Bowman. Like, let's slow down here, people. Let's calm down before we start comparing them to what should be a Hall of Famer and definitely somebody that should be in the Niners Hall of Fame. I don't think NaVorro Bowman is a Hall of Famer, but I would have absolutely no problem with NaVorro Bowman going into the Niners Hall of Fame. Or at least being mentioned. Maybe if you look at him having a bust in there around, some of the players. I mean, he was a legend when he played. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Six, almost 7 seasons. Now, mind you, he missed all of 2015 and most of 2016. He definitely, if you don't say, hey, he's not long enough, didn't accomplish enough, I mean, he should at least be in the Niners Hall of Fame for the pick of the stick, right? I mean, anyway, the starters are the first two. I mean, we're not even going to get to that. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Anybody who needs to know how I feel about Dre Greenlaw or Fred Warner, I mean, listen to pretty much any show I talk about him, which is pretty much every show. Dre Greenlaw, I'm a little, I shouldn't say wishy-washy, because he's a great player, and I'm not necessarily mad that the Niners signed him. I did go on record last year on the show saying that I would sign Aziz. Dre is hurt a lot, but when he's on the field, there's no question. Fred Warner is our best linebacker, but he definitely is a 1B when on the field and healthy. And we all know he didn't have the greatest game week 1, first couple weeks last year. The depth of this linebacking core gets interesting because you're going to cut. Larry Krueger went on his show. 53-man roster 2022. Cool. I'm going to say. I'm looking it up right now how many linebackers we kept last year. We kept 6 linebackers. So last year it was Fred Warner, Aziz, Dre Greenlaw, Erden Burks, Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, and Curtis Robinson. Fred Warner, obviously Aziz isn't going to be on the team, but you got Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. I think those two are locked. Erden Burks, solid special teamer. Right now, I would say was leader of the clubhouse for the third linebacker spot. By all means, his name's not written down in pen. I think ideally the Niners would like one of the rookies to take it. But definitely his name's not written down in pen. So you got 3 linebackers. 3 linebacker spots for the battle between Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, Jalen Graham, Marcelino McCary-Ball, Curtis Robinson, and D. Winters. D. Winters, I wonder if they could sneak him through to the practice squad. Because I think He's a very instinctual player from what I've been able to gather through my research and what I've watched of him and gathered of him. He's very instinctual. And it looks amazing. I mean, everybody thinks he's blitzing but he's not. That's how instinctual he is. But you mean to tell me you're going to come in, you're not only going to pick up the Niners defense enough to be a serious contender or contributor on this football team, but you're also going to understand NFL offenses in an offseason, which majority or for the first good chunk of it, you were preparing for the NFL draft. I mean, awesome if he does, but I think that's a pretty tall task to ask of a rookie. So he would be an ultimate player that I would love to stash on the practice squad for a year. Like the next player I'm going to talk about, Marcelo, I can't say his name, McCrary Ball. For some reason, I cannot say it right now. Like we did with him last year. Last year made the switch to corner, made the switch from corner and nickel to linebacker. You gave him a year, and I think he's ready to break out. I think he's going to end up being the third linebacker on this football team. Burks is going to end up being a special teamer, which he's really equipped to do. I mean, that's why he was brought to the Niners. So I'm real high on McCrary Ball. You've got Dre Greenlaw. I mean, no need to talk about him. Jalen Graham, and so basically, to me, the final two spots are between Jalen Graham, Curtis Robinson, and D. Winters. And ultimately, I think Curtis Robinson and Jalen Graham are going to fill up the final roster spot. And if D. Winters can indeed make it to the practice squad, if D. Winters can't make it to the practice squad because he's been balling out, then I think it's bye-bye Curtis Robinson. Especially if the two rookies can prove that they can contribute right away on special teams. I'm curious to get y'all's thoughts on the linebacker course, so please drop them in the comments. But I definitely think this is I'm really, if I could speak to one coach, if I could speak to two coaches that aren't Kyle Shanahan, it'd be Chris Kocurek, just because, you got to talk to our D-line coach. But the second one would be Johnny Holland, which I can't say I've had a conversation with them at camp. I asked him one quick question. He kind of gave me like a real short answer. But I would love to have a conversation with Johnny Holland. Like a detailed conversation where I could ask him more than a few questions. I would love to have a conversation with Johnny Holland. I'm hoping that maybe I could see him walking off of the field or something real quick. I have one particular question that I want to ask him, especially if it's before practice. It's somebody I'm definitely really looking forward to talking to if I can possibly, see him walking away from the field or something. I'm not going to be on the sideline or anything. I'm not going to be in the locker room available to speak to the coaches. My season ticket rep. Honestly, if anybody knows of a good season ticket rep or how to switch your season ticket rep for the Niners, let me know, because my season ticket rep sucks. Unfortunately, that's why you saw us. You didn't see us do a State of the Franchise show this year because I let my season ticket rep know, hey, look, I'm trying to go to that. That's specifically one of the reasons I'm getting season tickets. And I was never known. All of a sudden, I get a notification on Facebook like, watch the 49ers 2023 State of the Franchise. And I was like, yeah, what the hell? I was pissed. And I still have no idea where we're getting our season ticket gift this year. Might be something we give away on the show. Maybe not. We'll see. If I like it, I'm going to keep it. If I don't, I'll probably give it away on the show. Okay, switching over to tight ends. Scroll down. Okay, here we go. I mean, does anybody need to ask who our tight end one is? If you are asking who our tight end one is, this is probably not the podcast for you, my friend. Because you're probably not a big enough Niner fan to be watching this podcast. If you got, or even a football fan in general, if you got to ask who the Niners' number one tight end is, I mean, how many times have Jason and I said they should be changed to the San Francisco George Kittles? One of the things I'm begging, and I've come on air and said I don't think it's going to happen, but George, please finish your career as a Niner. Oh, please get on the 10-year wall. What? Let's see. He's got 23, 24, 25, 26. 4 more seasons to get on the 10-year wall, George. 4 more seasons. Probably doesn't finish this. Would have to get another contract after this one he's currently on. But please, George, don't leave the Niners. But yes, George Kittle is our tight end number 1, and I think he's going to have a monster season next year. We got a comment. Sup, Jason? All of a sudden want to watch and want to not come on the show, but comment in the chat. But anyway, so Jason, give me your 6 linebackers. Real quick, give me your 6 linebackers that are making the team. Tight ends. Tight end is a very interesting position this year because clearly the Niners need to upgrade at tight end too. Ross Dwelley was he even active for the NFC Championship game? I don't remember if Ross Dwelley was active for the NFC Championship game. Kind of wish Tyler Koff wasn't. I know it's because you're at the market, bro. I'm just fucking with you. Shoot me your 6 linebackers. I'll put it up on screen. So, and might as well give me your. What do we keep as far as tight end? Last year we kept 3 tight ends. So give me your 3 tight ends. Do 4 make it? I don't think 4 make it. We only kept 9 D linemen. Now I understand that there was some manipulating right after, but we only kept 9 D linemen. I think that changes this year. So we'll have to, when we give our final 53-man production the week before camp, I'm hoping I get you back that week, big dog. It would be the 25th of July. That'll be our what I'm calling our last show before camp, because camp's starting that week. I mean, even if we have to go, let me see. I'm on July right now, right? Yeah. I mean, even if we have to go to the next week, that's August 1st. Literally, they're not opening up camp August 1st. So anyway, Ross Dwelley, Troy. Okay, we're gonna have Jason do that one because Fumagalli, George Kittle, Cameron Letu, Brandon Willis, and Charlie Warner. Braden Willis. I said Braden Willis. Ross Dwelley doesn't make this football team. Jason and I have, and unless Braylon and Cameron prove that they're not ready, that's the only way I see Ross Dwelley making this football team. I mean, let me see. Team. News. I'm trying to find the transactions to see how many. Let me see Supporters Club. Is it going to let me log in my Supporters Club right now? Or did I do it for Niner Faithful? Oh no, I did it for Niner Faithful Radio. Cool. All right. Member menu. Member directory. That's so dope. I'm in the memory directory. Let me see. I should be. Let me see. Well, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh wow, they got our. That's cool. I've never been on the. I've never been on the supporters. I wonder what my picture is. Hold on, let me see. I'll have to do that when I'm not on the show. This isn't fun for y'all, but I'm actually have to look at that later. But so we clearly need to upgrade at backup tight end. Jason and I have given our thoughts about Cameron Latu. I don't really know enough of him, and I kind of feel weird taking a third round pick on a tight end that has only been playing tight end for 2 years, especially when I'm sure they're looking at him as a developmental project. Maybe they're counting on the fact that he can come in and be a blocking tight end right away. I mean, he's making the football team. So the only question is who makes the football team is Brandon Willis or Charlie Warner. If you could sneak Brandon Willis on the practice squad, I think that would be ideal. And you would just make him, I believe they got rid of you can only bump a player up twice. I believe they got rid of that rule. So ideally, what you would love is if you could put him on the practice squad and just bump him up every week you feel that you need him. But that's obviously putting him at risk every week to get snagged. Would Ross Dwelly or Charlie Warner go to the practice squad? Because ideally, I think the team would like to keep 4 tight ends. You know, for when George, knock on wood, gets hurt, if he gets hurt this year. You want to keep 4 tight ends. But Brandon Willis, I'm sorry, I just see Kyle Shanahan getting off on being able to use Brandon. I mean, let's be real. Kyle Shanahan wants positionless football. Brandon Willis is the type of player that Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Williams. Why the fuck would I say that name? Slap yourself, nigga. Brandon Willis is the type of person that Kyle Shanahan has what dreams about. Just imagine the things he could do with him if it indeed translates from college to the pros. We shall see. This is going to be. I wonder if this is me. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I'm curious to really see what the tight end battle entails this offseason. Jason, if you're still listening, all right, maybe you're not listening. If you're listening, I'll give you a couple minutes, bro. Put your tight ends and your linebackers in the comments. We'll go ahead and give Jason a couple minutes on that. Anybody else watching, give me your tight ends and your tight ends and your linebackers in the comments. I'm curious to see who everybody has making the squad. All right, I guess Jason's not watching. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and keep this short and sweet. We'll get back to you next week. It'll be a surprise, so you got to tune in on what we're covering. We shall see y'all next week, but before we get out of here, we, of course, do got to remind everybody, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this video or podcast. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. And your special 10% code for the Faithful, by the Faithful, 10% off coupon code is the New Hope. Make sure to use your coupon code. Oh, wow. Make sure to use your 10% coupon code on all season 2 apparel. We shall see y'all next week. Till then, faith, love, and happiness.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl.
Faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
See ya.